story about last year's Bloody Book Week. I get this email from this doctor in York. Can you please book seats for the last event, which was Jeffrey Deaver and John Connolly? And it's with pleasure, so I booked seats for him. Then I got another email from him to say he wanted to bring his kids with. Would there be any kind of sexual innuendo or profanity or anything? And like, no, they're talking thrillers. Why would there be something? No, so why should the subject of sex ever come up? Well, lo and behold, there was an entire 20 minutes dedicated to writing sex scenes and thrillers and books. And I wanted to die. So I just hit the kitchen for that last 20 minutes because I thought I'll just stay there, it's a lot safer. So I'll get you a year later for that. Thank you very much. It's very nice to have you here as an author and not just a guest.
Thanks, man. Thank you, man.
Sit down. Batteries run out. We're going back to the thrillers.
Phallic symbols lying around here.
They don't split, alright?
No, really.
Okay, now behave. We kind of keep it clean,
After some
okay?
technical
He's never going to come back here if I don't keep it clean. I hope you're coming to Sunday. But anyway. I want to know how you go from ENT, ear, nose and throat surgeon, to writing a novel.
Thank you, Mandy, and good evening to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah, there we go.
Medicine and books. That goes back to my home. My dad was a medical doctor, and I remember before I even went to school, I used to follow him when he did his rounds and living in the hospital and PA. So the first smells that I remember in my life were hospital smells.
There's got to be better smells than that.
Those are the smells that are familiar, and the sight of the ward, casualty. My doctors used to wear white safaris there and white shoes.
Oh boy.
So even before I went to school, I knew that's what I was going to do.
So I want to know, do you wear white safaris to work?
I would like to.
And white shoes?
No.
With a comb?
But then in the same home, you had this library of books, encyclopedia, etc., which we were forced to read. My father was, he would have done well in any book exam. He was very strict, he was a disciplinarian, so we were made to read. And early as a young boy, I used to read encyclopedias. I remember Neil Armstrong landing in the moon. I must have been about 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah, that's debatable.
We were made to read, and I would tell the class what was happening. So reading is the longest relationship. I always tell people that I have. It predates my medical career.
It's a wonderful relationship. Don't you agree?
Do, yes. But it's fine. No, exactly. I mean, I grew up reading. My father was an English teacher. We discussed this a bit earlier. Very sort of similar thing. I mean, I grew up listening to stories that he would tell me. Reading books very young, and it's something that I've, eventually led to me going into a journalism career and to writing the book that I did. So it's been an integral part of my entire life for close to 40 years now. So yeah.
So I know you're a journalist, but how do you go from being a journalist to writing an in-depth book about rhinos and poaching? I mean, I have to admit that I've only read about the first 50 or 60 pages. It's a very engaging read, and I would recommend it to everybody. But I think you need to be in the right kind of frame of mind. I mean, it must have been soul-destroying, doing the kind of research.
I think, two reasons. One is that I think I was a bit bored what I was doing. I was working